Hello and welcome to Blue Garden Cottage. Lovely to have you along with us. Welcome to our new subscriber as well. Today is the first week of February, so the first week being the gardening week. There isn't a great deal to be done in January and early February in my garden. Well, there could be if I had more money to be able to get things going, but for now I'm still gardening indoors with my seed sprouts, and these are my sprouted seeds for eating as salad sprouts, not for going in the garden. I have some salads growing in here, some salad leaves for 5 days ago now, so it'll be at least another, well, almost a week, and these have been a week. So these are microgreens and they are just staying on the windowsill. I don't have a microgreen growing station, I don't have grow lights, I don't have any of that tech. I am just putting up with what I've got and making do as per usual. These are just tubs. I can't even remember what came in them. I think somebody gave us something, a food stuff in them, and so I've just kept the lids on, and there's no holes in them. I've just watered it once. It's still slightly damp, and these seeds will take up to 2 weeks to start sprouting for my microgreens. So really every week I should be starting a new tray to keep a continuous harvest, but I don't have the room. This is the only space I have on my windowsill, so it'll be what it'll be. I have this very old sprouting tub here. I've never really had much success with it, but I'm going to have a go again. There's another 2 trays that go on, but I cannot find them for love nor money. Don't know where they've gone. So I've got alfalfa seeds in there, alfalfa seeds for sprouting, and I just rinse them off at least twice a day. Same for these. Remember I said I was going to reuse the net curtains? Well, I thought not just bags for my zero waste shopping, but they've made perfect nets for the top of my sprouting jars with the thick hair bands. So they've made perfect sprouting lids, because I do have the mason jar lids for the mason jars with the metal mesh, but they just rusted within 3 days. It's rubbish. So the curtain nets are now there for sprouting seeds, and it's really very handy. And I tipped them upside down in this fridge tub that I bought separately from one of the hardware shops. I can't remember which one. It's perfect for setting them on their sides to drain out so the water doesn't rot. So in there I've got lentils, mung beans and sunflower seeds. These sprout so quickly. Within 2 days they are sprouted like that and ready. They're starting to get roots, but I will let them go just another day and they're ready for salad. The mung beans, obviously they need to go at least another 3 days, 4 days, and these are really struggling. I think my lentils are quite old, the seeds, so they're still good for cooking but not so good for sprout. Oh look, sunshine. Oh, and it's gone. Oh, you blink and you miss it when there's sunshine, I tell you what. Might come back in a mo. But the lentils and the mung beans, if you buy them in the supermarket, in the food sections, your pulses, your lentils, your mung beans, things like that, even chickpeas, you can sprout them. And it's probably cheaper to do that than to buy specific sprouting seeds, which are very expensive. I mean, these were £2 and that was years ago. These are new ones, £1.50 for the red cabbage ones. I've got alfalfa ones, you know. So these sprouting seeds are very expensive, and the microgreens as well. These ones are the beetroot. I've got chard and mustard. These are chard. These are microgreen sprouts, because you don't want to use your normal seeds that you buy in the shop for sprouting, because they are covered in chemicals that help germinate, so, and they can be quite toxic. So you want to buy your seeds specifically for sprouting, or your seeds that you use in your cooking. Then because they safe, they're actually food, then they are safe for sprouting. Oh, there you go. Oh, look what happened. Do you remember my grape storage that I kept fresh in the cupboard under the stairs? Well, look at this. One of them sprouted a root. So that is this week going to go into some soil. So that's 2 ways I've now propagated grapes. Now, this one is accidental, obviously, but the other way I showed you was putting a side shoot through the bottom of a flower pot, filling it with soil and leaving it. That has taken wonderfully, really well. It'll be cut from the parent this year. And this one is obviously a cut-in that I've just left in water with charcoal for months. Another thing that I saved from last year was my little tumbling tomatoes, the cherry tumbling tomatoes and the yellow pear, the absolutely tiny ones. I've kept them there for seeds, so I shall get the seed out for them soon. These ones on the top of the vent, I was so shocked about. Some of them look like I've only just picked them the other day, and I think they were green when I took them off the baskets, and I just thought I'd put them in there. Clean forgot about them, and they're all ripe. But some of them look like I've only just picked them. It's been there since, oh my gosh, I forget. It's got to be at least 2 months, and they're still going fine. So some of them I will keep for the seeds, for the hanging baskets, and some I will try. I will munch that for a snack. And that was just forgotten on top of the vent. There you go. So not too bad a windowsill. I think because it is so cold, it might take the full 2 weeks for some of those seeds to sprout, and I'll keep you updated on those. At the end of the week, I shall order some topsoil to contribute to filling these beds. It won't be enough. I can't afford to get that amount, even if we just get 1 bed filled. I will use up the rest of the wood chips in the back, right at the base of where the soil is at the moment, which isn't too shallow, it's almost halfway full. So I'll use some wood chips to fill up a bit more. Then I'll put topsoil on, and then I'll start ordering in compost as well. So even if we just get 1 bed filled at a time, it's better than nothing. I love how some things have still survived and thrived through the winter here under the cover in my potting shed, so to speak. Even the sage is still doing fine and getting some lovely new little shoots. And these are looking really healthy. This is my rose scented pelargonium. Absolutely love it. Oh, even now in the winter, there's still some beautiful scent, rose scent coming off that. Not much happening in the front garden, but the tulips are starting to come up, as are some of the anemones, nigella, the muscari are starting to poke their little leaves out there and starting to come up. There is still lots growing. The poached egg flowers are still growing. Salad burnet still going. This is the 2nd of February. Fennel, my bronze fennel, still going. More salad burnet. There's some lamb's lettuce I could harvest for salads. There's still oregano there. Sage is still doing brilliant. So this might be February, but we've still got ample things to get fresh from the garden. My alliums, they're coming up nicely now. Look at that. Won't be long till we start getting flowers off them. My daylilies, I'm gonna have to clear all of this debris around here and put fresh compost around, and something to keep the slugs away, like sharp sand and grit, because if I put stones around, it'll just leave space for the slugs to hide. If I leave just compost, the birds will be here and dig up the whole root ball looking for snails and worms. So I'm going to clear a space around my daylilies and fill it with sharp sand and grit, just to protect them a bit more. I have some garlic growing there, some elephant garlic. Yeah, things are still growing well. In my little woodland corner, I am expecting to see the wild garlic come up within the end of the month, I'm sure. That fern is still doing great. I'm hoping the hostas come back that are there. I need more ferns. I want some Solomon seal, and I want a few more of those beautiful plants to fill in underneath here. Oh, look, my snowdrops. Oh, that's lovely. Where's some more? I better uncover them so we can get some more light. In the snow we've just had, which wasn't much, but most of the flowers on the jasmine have died. So I hope it picks up soon and flowers again. There's some more new flowers coming up there, so we should be all right. This, my tree kale, has to be thinned out, especially these side shoots, because it's weighing the whole plant down, and it's shading out my favorite rose plant. And just the very next day, what appears but some of the seedlings. They have sprouted and they've germinated, sprouted, and are growing. So very shortly I should be able to get some leaves, some microgreens off those. And just a day later there's even bigger roots on the mung beans, so that is great. The lentils started to smell, so they've gone out in the compost. And the sunflower seeds are exactly where I want them. They are just right now. I've rinsed them off, taken as much of the husks off the skins of the seeds as I could. They are now rinsed and ready to use in salads, sprinkled in soups or stews or anything like that, or in sandwiches. And it's got it's nice and fresh, crispy, and there's a slightly peppery aftertaste. So I wouldn't let them sprout any further, so they're going to go straight in the fridge to stop the growing process now and keep them as they are, and then we'll use them immediately. And so I've already got new seeds on the go. These are my green lentils. I know that they're fresher, newer seeds, so they should sprout all right. And these are the red cabbage sprouting seeds. So there you go. The water from the alfalfa, so that's going to go to my house plants. This is a batch of kefir that I left too long and is starting to go to vinegar, plus some of the stuff from the vinegar that I had made in this bottle, which I have drained off and put in these bottles with the mother, or SCOBY as they call it, and that will keep the vinegar alive, ferment. It's a good, just like the apple cider vinegar, which has a mother in it. This one is a more solid one. This is a SCOBY, and that will keep my vinegar nice and live. And this kefir that's going to vinegar, it's not very nice. I don't trust it not being having a stronger alcohol content, so it's going to go straight in the composter. So even if you haven't got a garden outside, you can still garden inside. Alright folks, I got to go off now. Loads to do as always at Blue Garden Cottage. So I shall see you next week, which will be a homemaking week. I've moved the crafts to the 3rd week of the month, haven't I? So next week is homemaking, and I will talk a bit more about my soap nut bag that I made, and hubby has made the corbels for the fireplace. He made some mallets, but that will be in the crafting week, the week after. So I'll put that in the craft video. But the homemaking bit will be next week, where I will show you a bit more about my food storage, homemaking, all sorts of other little bits and bobs. I will speak to you again next week. Have a very good week. Until then, bye for now.